How good is this show?
It's real good.
I'm very much enjoying it. So many kids die in Welcome to Derry that it's just like, yeah, there is another way to do horror like this. I don't know what your preference is, but
it's Halloween week. Halloween's all about killing kids, right?
He's just in a blanket.
He's very confused.
It is awesome. You know what? Good job, Hank.
Good job wearing that costume for 5 seconds, Hank. Yay.
Welcome back to the Breakroom. Happy Halloween! Let's do our peanut dance.
I'm that little girl that just does this.
Hi, everybody. We're here live on YouTube. We're here live on Twitch. We're here live in person. If you're in the studio hiding, you freaks. It's Halloween 2025. And we here on the Breakroom are going to be answering all questions you have about all things spooky and scary, including it. Welcome to Derry. What an incredible series this is. The second episode just came out on HBO today, and if you have any questions about that, we'll answer that. But we're also, as the hosts of the Witching Hour, going to answer all your questions about what's going on behind the scenes of the Witching Hour, what it's been like after 1 month of doing this. Man, what a month it has been. And this is going to be the final time you can see this set looking quite like this, designed by...
It'll just have turkey carcasses starting tomorrow morning.
I hope so, just like
I hide them around the office.
Just nailed underneath different chairs.
Have fun finding it. It's also just my spiritual journey.
We should decorate for Thanksgiving. I don't know what that, just a cornucopia?
Just a giant cornucopia that we all have to sit in?
Yeah.
A bunch of white scalps.
We got our candy bowl if anyone wants to come by the Breakroom set and trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. We don't want to see you in person.
No, they should come in person and take all these Butterfingers away.
No one lays a finger on our Butterfingers. We are the hosts of the Witching Hour, Breakroom, and New Rockstars, and whatever else. Welcome to the show, Jessica Clemons.
Jessica, you gotta get this. Yeah. So everyone knows who you are.
No one knows who I am. I'm wearing an orange turtleneck.
They can't see the whole.
Who else is wearing an orange turtleneck?
I think you look great. And then we also have Gina Ippolito here.
I'm Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, God damn it. You could have lied and said you were Scooby at least.
And I'm Erik Voss, obviously dressed as Pennywise. Let's get into it today, guys. We're here on Twitch. We're on YouTube. If you want to join this conversation, ask some questions. We're going to be answering any questions you have about It, Welcome to Derry, or anything else scary, about our preferences of scary movies we've been watching lately. Jessica, every day of this month has been watching a different scary movie. So I have some questions for Jess, and if you have any questions about what you may have seen her watching, we'll happily answer them. But we want to thank everyone joining us. Sorry if the audio is weird. I just realized that was dumb that I did that.
I think you just need to take it off.
Yeah, I'll kind of leave it propped like
leave
this.
It in front. Oh, God.
I'm out of Clan Vosla now for taking off this mask. Let's start with just It, Welcome to Derry, just to kind of get that out of the way. Any questions you have about It, Welcome to Derry, ask them. If you're joining us later, we'll try to answer them. How good is this show?
It's real good.
Very much enjoying it.
Is everyone caught up? Watch the most recent episode just dropped, right? At midnight.
Yeah.
This morning.
So we will be spoiling things out of the second episode of It, Welcome to Derry. That's what we assumed. If you clicked on this video, you could think that might happen. But if you're watching this later, you can skip to the next chapter where we'll be talking about other things. How about that?
Chapter 2?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to the future timeline events. But basically where we're at in Derry now is like, man, a lot of horrible things happening to some sweet kids on this show. It's 1 week after everything that happened at the Capitol Theater where Teddy and Phil and Phil's little sister Susie just got massacred. Now Lily and Ronnie are worried about what to do next. And poor Ronnie, her poor dad is being targeted by the Derry police. Surprise, surprise that the town of Derry is doing that. But we get to meet Leroy and Leroy's family. His son Will, who will be Mike Hanlon's father in the future. Charlotte is his wife, and she's now becoming like my favorite character on the show, just like how how righteous she is and calling out the plain evil that everyone else in this town is just overlooking. But yeah, we find out that we had thought that maybe Leroy might have the shine just based on the way Dick Halloran was watching him. But it turns out that there's something else going on, that part of his injury in the Korean War was damage to his amygdala that causes him to not process fear the same way most people do. And we have this Operation Precept, which seems to be new lore that's being introduced, where they're looking for this weapon that they call it that's buried underground. What it sounds like to me is they're trying to weaponize the deadlights in some way, not knowing that it's contained within this shapeshifter who can move around, and you can't really catch him with a net or anything. But somehow they're going to try to stop men dead in their tracks. And there are these beacons, and I'm kind of curious what these beacons are, because it's like, are they just artifacts from these past incidents at the 1908 Kitchener Ironworks explosion or the 1935 Bradley Gang explosion? Or their previous events? Because we saw baseball jerseys, and I'm like, I don't remember how baseball jerseys factored into those events. But yeah, poor Hank gets arrested after Lily snitches, and then poor Ronnie has this horrible nightmare where Pennywise puts her in a placental sack, and then Lily gets trapped in like an Overlook style hedge maze, you could say, in the grocery store where pickles form her pickled father.
I would have taken a bite of that pickled dad.
Yeah,
I would have crunched on one of his pickly fingers. Just really show Pennywise you're not afraid of pickled dad.
Yeah, looks yummy, I would say. And Lily ends up in Juniper Hill, this asylum. So that's kind of where we're at as of episode 2. What are you guys' biggest takeaways from this show? What are you liking? What are you vibing on?
I haven't seen the second episode.
Oh my God! Jess, I'm so sorry!
You're spoiling it!
I haven't seen the second.
Pickles!
I thought you watched it today.
No, but I wrote
sorry.
my video, and then I was like, oh, let me go work on some Mary Shelley Frankenstein.
What's your takeaway from episode 1 then?
Well, episode 1, I was very confused. And then Erik cleared up the confusion for me because I was confused by a lot of things. There's a lot of characters, and I was like, how do the soldiers have anything to do with this? But I did like the first episode. It was very insane. A little too insane for my liking. I was like, ooh, this woman, the first 5 minutes, this woman gives birth on the ground.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
the baby
yeah.
Then she's like a kite is controlling the fucking baby.
That would be fun. Just whipping that baby
around. But the baby has 2 heads and wings and is clearly not a baby.
A lot of birthing natal horror on this show.
I mean,
across the first
makes
episodes.
sense. It's gross.
It's
gross.
scary.
My takeaway is fuck them kids.
Kill all of them? Kill all of them?
Yeah.
Even after the 3 died at the end of the first episode?
Yeah, fuck them all.
I gotta say, in a week where we're getting 2 episodes of Welcome to Derry, in the middle of that sandwich, a Stranger Things trailer where we're all like, is 11 gonna make it?
Except, to be fair, they're not kids anymore. They're all 85 years old.
Yeah, they're all so old.
And you're like, wait, who's this? And they're like, Daddy. And I'm like, you're a 27-year-old man.
Yeah. The idea that on Stranger Things, all the characters who were there in season 1, other than Barb from season 1, everyone's got plot armor on this show. And now we're in our final season being like, oh, I hope so-and-so doesn't die. Finally, people are going to start dying. And then on the other side of that, so many kids die in Welcome to Derry that it's just like, yeah, there is another way to do horror like this. I don't know what your preference is, but...
It's Halloween week. Halloween's all about killing kids, right?
When I go trick-or-treating, that's what I'm doing.
Don't knock on Jess's door.
I got a little shiv. I'm gonna be like, yes, take a candy, come closer. I don't kill children under the age of 5, but I have some humanity.
Yeah. You got principles.
It makes sense
But if that kid is 5 years old in 1 week, they're dead.
I'm like, I'm coming like Jeepers Creepers. No, I feel like it never had a problem killing children. Like, it never had a problem killing children, especially when they put Finn Wolfhard in the series. They were like, you know what? We need to be better than that show that's not killing kids. And then they just start killing kids.
Yeah.
They gotta kill kids. Pennywise, that's what he does. That's what Pennywise does. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that these kids have families.
Yeah. He likes it because they have more to lose. They have more to be afraid of.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of like what we often forget. Watching other horror franchises, especially things like Stranger Things, where it's a little sanitized by comparison, Pennywise isn't afraid to go there. That's kind of like what makes Pennywise, and there are famously many sadistic, murderous clowns, is that Pennywise is like a jokester and a provocateur in a way that, like, he will go to the darkest place imaginable because he's trying to upset you. He's trying to disturb you. And he can read that off of you. And in a way that, like, I think we even forget when we come back into this franchise, like, oh, no, he has no limit. Like he's really trying to go to the most disturbing place.
I think like if Pennywise showed up for me, he would be like a surprise one woman show. Like I would be like, no, and he'd be like, let me tell you about my ex-boyfriend.
And you're like, yeah, kill me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's so scary.
Mine is I wake up in a room and everything, the walls, the floor is silk, and the only things in the fridge is mayonnaise. And I'd be like, no, he can kill me right now. I'm in full fear.
What does the silk have to do with
I
this?
hate the feeling of silk.
What?
I can't stand the texture of silk.
Oh my god!
It's like
I thought it was related. Like you were like, I love silk, but I don't want to get my dirty mayonnaise hands on it.
And you know, I'm in the fridge dipping my fingers in it. And then I go to the silk and I go, ooh. I'm like, is this how you make velvet? No, that'd be fucking funny though. Ew, that's a good truth or dare, like or a silent library. Dip your hands in a jar of mayonnaise.
I think my Pennywise scenario is just like anytime any coworker begins a sentence with "I hear you,"
Oh yeah, that's on par with the one woman show.
I hate it.
You and the one woman show.
I think there's an implicit but after every "I hear you."
Yeah.
It's like you're not hearing me. It's just like filler that I know is just going to be followed by 4 paragraphs of you explaining why you completely disagree with what I want to do.
Or cutting you off and being like, let me push back real quick. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
break
yeah.
this magnifying glass. Push back on this.
Jess, I hear you, but
It's just gonna go higher. And when I let that arm down, it's the swing that is gonna come with it.
You guys can't see, but Brian is also dressed up today.
yeah, Brian, get on.
Yeah,
And
Brian's
it's a
outfit.
real good-
Brian's outfit
it's a
created by
real
his fiance
good
Whitney
costume.
because she's an amazing person.
Also, Editor Abby is dressed up. Editor Abby, get in here.
Editor Abby,
Oh,
get in here.
we're doing a catwalk.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
doing a showcase.
Trick or treat.
Oh,
what are
yeah,
you?
Brian, come get your
Trick or
candy.
treat.
Oh,
Oh, there's a cloud.
Oh,
No, it's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, there she is. Oh, yeah, get your candy.
Trick or treat.
Yay.
Trick or treat. Good job, guys.
You guys are so perfect.
They're gonna like walk away and grumble about not getting full-size candy bars.
What is this place?
Wait,
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
see that. That's iconic. I just thought it was.
Yeah, I
iconic.
love this so much. It does not work whatsoever. That shit.
That's
Really?
This is supposed
Just
to
a
light up, but it doesn't.
Damn, that would have been
Oh,
cool.
that would've been cool.
Why is it not lighting up? Did you
I
break it?
get the battery.
Or
Oh.
are you not believing in yourself?
Yeah. You need to.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Go kill Jude Law and come back.
Yeah. Let us know when you have his head in your hand.
Back to the my head or whatever.
That's right.
I don't know if I can't remember if we shared it or not, but when we did our Meet the Editors video, I asked Abby. Abby's a costume enthusiast, dressed up as Quicksilver, and you were Wanda. Quicksilver
And I had Quicksilver and Vision.
and Vision, and it was so cute because it was the like cartoony costume.
Oh, cool.
It was so perfect. Brian did this one, and his fiance was the monkey.
Oh,
His
that's
fiance made
cool,
that
Beyonce.
beautiful outfit for him, and she was the monkey.
That's such a good out. I was wondering like where you found something that like fit like that.
Love
That's
it.
why he's marrying her.
Honestly, I'm jealous. I'm
She
jealous.
is a keeper.
She is a keeper.
Don't let her go.
I love Whitney.
Don't you ever let her go. This is so fun that we're doing this, guys. So I guess if you, I am seeing a question. Oh, DMG on DMG X05 on Twitch says, I think they're detecting immense energy underground, thinking it's just energy, but they're going to find it. That's referring to the weapon that they're digging for.
Oh.
If it's just energy, that does remind me of Lost, Dr. Pierre Chang and the Dharma Initiative just kind of digging for energy. I hope it's something that's like, I can hold it, like I can fit
Yeah.
it in a bread box.
I will say that like I've read all of the Dark Tower series. They're a beast. And in between like universes, when universes get sort of like thin, they call it a thinny. And sometimes you can find a thinny and it's like, you know, you can use it to sort of slip between universes. And in that series, the main character is hunting another character. I won't give too much away, but like goes through different worlds. Like at one point he's in the universe that was decimated by Captain Trips, and it's basically just the Stand universe.
Oh,
and
cool.
he's like, oh, what's going on here? Everyone's dead. There's something that says Captain Trips. I better not spend too much time in this universe. Let me find sort of a thinny and go through it. So it could be a thinny, but I don't know how deep down that dark tower rabbit hole they want to go, because people might be like, what the hell is a thinny?
I mean, they're like going hard into the connections of like, so far, just in 2 episodes, we've got references to Definitely Christine had a reference in there.
Yeah,
1408 had a
yeah,
reference on the sign. I guarantee we're going to get an 11/22/63. If we're in the Kennedy era, like Jake Epping's going to be driving through town at some point, a Shining movie reference, which I found interesting because like Stephen King famously hated the Stanley Kubrick Shining.
Yeah.
But like it was Stanley Kubrick who added the Calumet baking powder that the Room 237 documentarians were so obsessed with. But that had a big cameo in this episode.
I also think like Stephen King has come around, like since the Mike Flanagan Dr. Sleep version, which reconciled the movie with the book. I think Stephen King was like, all right, you guys, it's all right, I guess.
Yeah, he's come around on it.
But I want all the Stephen King Easter eggs. I mean, it's denser than the MCU, that shit. Like
It
if you
totally
ever,
is.
there's like a map that like points out all of the connections. You can't even read that map unless you've got Jessica's magnifying glass. It's like the tiniest print ever.
Yeah, I think even before you had cinematic universes like the MCU, the Stephen King metaverse was like famously the most evolved. And he's been
so
consistent.
dense.
Like there's very few, I mean, maybe you know better than I do. It seems like there's fewer plot holes in it.
Yeah, I don't know how he keeps it all straight, especially with all the coke that guy used to do.
Maybe it is the cocaine.
Maybe, yeah, he's like, all right, Salem's Lot is over here, Derry's over here, here's where Shawshank Prison is. Ah!
Someone's like, wait, why is that over there? No. Starts barking.
It's Clayton Cook on YouTube. Thank you for your $4.99 super chat. Saying not entirely it focused, but as a director, how do you feel about Andy Muschietti taking the reins for Batman Brave and the Bold?
Oh.
So yeah, already we're seeing some Batman and some other DC, some Clayface Easter eggs in episode 1. I think Andy Muschietti got a lot of shit for The Flash, and The Flash is a very, very imperfect film. But the things that it does well, it does really well. And I really, just based off his work on this show and on the what am I thinking of? The two It movies.
Oh, yeah.
I do think that he is a really good director and could do a hell of a Batman movie. And I think James Gunn still has that confidence in him. And it just, you know, Twitter and Reddit just seem to be too harping on everything that they hated about the 2023 Flash movie. Yes, the buck does stop with the director. And I don't know, maybe he made too many big multiverse swings. If the Batman, the Brave and the Bold is not a multiverse movie, I think we're okay.
I want to see a scene in Welcome to Derry of Michael Keaton explaining spaghetti to someone.
Like you did The Flash.
Andy Muschietti explains spaghetti.
Ah, there you go.
So Barbara Muschietti is not his wife, it's his sister.
Oh,
I just found that out today.
Okay.
I thought they were a husband and wife team.
Yeah. So did I.
So you're wondering why were they kissing?
Yeah. Why was he like, stay away from my woman?
Yeah.
He has that older brother vibe.
The Breakroom set is full of collectibles for a simple reason. We love them. We love collectibles. It's so satisfying to complete a set. It's so fun to have something to display. And if you're in love with a fandom, the more ways you have to engage with it, the better. That's why we were so excited when Fandrop reached out to us. We get to get in on the ground floor with a new awesome collectible. This is destined to become the next must-have collectible. Fandrop is where art and collectibles collide, where its unique execution captures iconic moments throughout the history of the world's biggest franchises. They're launching with Star Wars. Look at this guy. Oh, this is what the box looks like. And then when you take it out of the box, look at this. With Star Wars, Fandrop showcases the most epic moments that all fans will love. This is Luke and Darth Vader colliding. What we love so much about Fandrop is how each one frames up epic moments in a displayable diorama that Star Wars fans will love using sculpted figures. Plus, each Fandrop comes with an iconic artifact, an integral part of the epic moment, or sometimes a consequence of it. These artifacts can be common, rare, or ultra rare. Also included is a collectible scene marker in the form of a collector mini print and displayed on the back of the diorama. Either a movie poster or a comic book cover. My personal favorite is this Mandalorian and Grogu team up versus the Mudhorn from season 1 of The Mandalorian, where we get to see Grogu use the Force for the first time to save Din Djarin, and the artifact is the Beskar armor with the Mudhorn signet. Check out the Fandrop Star Wars collection, each with an epic scene depicting 2 iconic Star Wars figures. There's 4 dioramas to collect in Wave 1, available now at major retailers.
Let's move on to like other stuff that we've been working on. This is now the 31st of October, meaning it's been exactly 31 days of the Witching Hour. We've had several amazing videos come out on the channel from Jessica's video analyses of Candyman and Jennifer's Body. Gina did some video analyses of Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. You can see my video analysis of Long Legs, and then John Carpenter's Halloween we're doing next week. Hopefully you watch that this week, and it's such a great one to rewatch. Jessica also did an Ending Explain video about Black Phone 2. So, and then we had some kind of Meet the Team videos that kind of led off, you know, after we announced the channel. So if you guys have any questions about what it's been like working on those, I'm just kind of curious, what has been the most rewarding part of this journey for both of you guys? Like, what surprised you about this process?
Jessica?
That's a really good question.
Jessica's like, nothing, I hate it.
It's
not rewarding.
I like every video I do, I post it and then I walk away and I don't look at it ever again. I think one of the most rewarding things, or more of the fun thing, is like figuring out everybody at Post has like a different editing style. And you really see that get to come through in Witching Hour because it's different from what new Rockstar videos normally are. So seeing them do like a documentary style recap, but also doing like interview styles and using the film and how they want to put the visual effects in it. I have always been more interested in like storytelling. So like when I do my videos, I really want to add fun things into it to enhance the story elements of me telling the story. In Candyman, every 5th time I say Candyman, you hear someone get stabbed. And so like, that's been the fun thing I've been doing with posts with John and Josh and Aaron and everybody over there. We've been just adding really stupid things into my video that I really like.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like, I've been, you know, there's a lot of like really good horror documentaries, and like my first video for Nightmare on Elm Street, there's a documentary that I think you can still watch on Tubi about the whole Nightmare on Elm Street and about making Nightmare on Elm Street. And then there's one called His Name Was Jason about Friday the 13th. There's also like a great one just on the original miniseries of it. And like, there are things that like I didn't really know existed until recently, and that, and like being able to buy the physical media for each thing, and then looking through the special features, which I feel like when like there was like a period of time where like you would buy a DVD and you'd be like, oh cool, like look at the menu and look at the special features, and like we haven't really done, like we've gone away from sort of purchasing physical media, but like going back through that and being like, whoa, cool special feature that does this weird thing, alternate endings, bloopers. Like it makes me feel like I'm like in high school again, and that's been very cool.
Yeah, I miss the director's commentary.
I know. Bring back physical media and director's commentary.
Literally.
Make those directors work harder.
Or do what you did for Sinners and upload it all somewhere that I can watch.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
Gee, give it to me. I'm such a bad person when it comes to physical media. I wish I was a person that was okay with having a bunch of stuff in my house, but I'm not. I got it from my mom. I get rid of clutter immediately.
I hoard books and like DVDs / Blu-rays because I'm preparing for the apocalypse.
No, and that's what I tell people. I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna be the best ones. Again, I think we talked about this. My house has tuna. That's all I have is cans of tuna and anchovies and weird things like snails. So you could come for food, but there's no entertainment unless you want to see my cat like scream a bunch.
If all you have is tuna, anchovies, and snails, can we really come for food?
Yeah, because what are you guys gonna be eating when you guys are out?
That's true.
I have all the canned food.
That's true.
I see.
I got it
In
all.
apocalyptic scenarios.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's
true.
what. Well, yeah. I'm always imagining the end of time. If it's just like Amazon and Disney and everything crumbles, I will still stay in my house.
See, I am the opposite. I don't like clutter, and some of the clutter that I don't like is like in my pantry and in my fridge. So I buy food for 1 week at a time, and that is it. That is it.
I can't do that.
I don't mind. If you open my fridge, you'd be like, oh, a serial killer. Looks
Yeah,
like
this is a monster.
There's like 2 items on every shelf, and they're like perfectly
That's
organized.
crazy. That is an insane way to eat.
It's crazy, but I've got books. I'll eat those books.
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way about physical media. For years and years, I didn't collect it, and I don't have a lot of like toys. I don't have a lot of merch.
Oh, yeah, same.
And like a lot of content creators who you may watch love to proudly display kind of like backgrounds that look like the break room, but like
Literally
in their
all
spare
these
bedroom.
things are in my house.
I don't have a spare bedroom. I have a son, and I'd rather make sure that the space in our house is for stuff for him to play with. This is not a night. Oh God!
You just came at me.
Now I just feel like it was mad at me. My home burned down 10 years ago, and I lost everything. And if I had, so I think I have that in the back of my head. Around this time last year, we're like, oh, Santa Ana winds are going to be bad. So it's kind of like in the back of my head, like, is it worth it to collect so much physical media if your home is at risk of burning down? You know, so I don't know. That's kind of my fear, is like, don't spend too much on material things. But I am a huge supporter of physical media, and I equally hate how much like Bezos and Sarandos have corrupted our media ecosystem so that like it's impossible, you know, to find stuff a lot of the time. So I don't know really what the right answer is.
I mean, I stopped for a while, but now that it's on New Rockstars is dime. Now I've got all the Freddy versus Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street's on Blu-ray now.
Also, yeah, you still buy it on Blu-ray. You still get the code that you can download the video usually. So
That's
it's like
true.
you can get both. You can get both. I just literally don't even have a thing that plays a disc.
Wow.
Nothing plays a disc in my house.
Wow, you got no game systems?
My games are discless.
Wow.
And my PC does not have a disc either. I don't
So
even have an external disc drive.
That is, I saved like all my old game systems. Just in case.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. Well, those don't take discs. Those are the big ass, like, cartridges.
Well, I mean, like, I have those, but then I also have, like, PlayStation 4 and things like that play that stuff, so.
Good on you. Good on you.
I'm ready. I'm ready if the apocalypse comes and the only currency becomes Nintendo 64 games.
Damn. And I will buy it. I'll be like, you got Donkey Kong Country?
I'll be like, give me 10 cans of tuna
No,
for this.
fuck that. No,
That
she
will
won't
be
even eat
currency.
it. No, she won't even eat it. It'll just sit in the
10
fridge.
cans of tuna for this
You said a week of
bad
food.
for a day.
Nah, that's crazy. And also, you would give it all to your cats. You would give it all to
That
your
is
cats.
true.
You would feed your cats
They
before you
demand
feed
things
yourself.
of me.
What is your most rewarded?
Oh, when you ask questions, you should do this. Like, ooh.
Oh.
That's cool. It works in that regard. I don't know if it actually magnifies.
I never put it this close, which I think is just a normal.
I mean, there's kind of the, you know, phony answer that gets said. The most rewarding thing is honestly watching you guys' videos, which is true. I mean, I am super floored every time because I don't read your scripts ahead of time. I'm just like, I want to just watch it and see what you guys come up with.
Yeah,
so
same.
whatever kind of like cool collaboration comes out of like what you guys write versus what the editors illustrate and bring to life is just so cool. So like recently Gina's whole like the rules of slasher films and how important that is to like the genre scene now in Scream and other things that were inspired by it. I thought that was really cool. I think like for my own research, I'm just like amazed at like how much serial killers fucked up America when mass media became a thing in the 70s and 80s. Like I think that is why we have horror cinema the way it is now, is like they're like obviously serial killers under a different term had existed in American society and all societies. And for a lot of reasons, it was not publicized the way it was once CNN was a thing and once like 24-hour cable news was a thing in the 80s. But then once you had like, you know, the Atlanta child murders and you had people like Ted Bundy and Zodiac. Zodiac was really like a huge one. It just like every young filmmaker at that time all kind of got creeped out the same way. And I don't know if that's just my take on it, and I'll feel differently in a month. But the two videos that I've written so far, that ended up playing a lot. So my worry with Halloween coming out is all of you are going to be like, God, Eric, not everything's about Mindhunter. Like, well, maybe it kind of is kind of about Mindhunter.
I love Mindhunter.
And we need a second or third season of Mindhunter. Another question. We'll ask Breakroom. As someone who's easily scared, what would be a good scary movie for me to ease into? This comes from Meg510.
Oh, that's it. You know what? If Meg510, if you're like an animated fan, I feel like something like Coraline is good, or any of the like Frankenweenie, like any of those like you know, sort of like either claymation or Leica type stuff that's because it's still spooky. Like Coraline is still scary, but there's something about it being animated that you're like, okay, it can't really crawl out of the TV and kill me. I always feel like that's a good. Any of the like horror comedies are good too. Shaun of the Dead. like I always feel like horror comedies are a good crossover. Scary movies, that type of thing.
just watch scary movies.
Yeah. Don't get any of the references. You're like, I wonder if this is referencing 9 other movies.
Damn, I don't know any of these movies. Yeah, I think like if you're actually trying to scare yourself in animation, you could do Monster House because that is actually
that's a good one.
The house is actually terrifying. It was Monster House is so fun to rewatch. But if you want to, I think the comedy way is also a great way of watching like The Blackening or Tucker and Dale versus the Forces of Evil. Or like something else where it's like, oh, at least the killings are comedic.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes just it's fun to watch these for vibes. So like Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, there's nothing wrong with putting those on tonight. Just because like, man, that can so immediately put you in a mood. Even if you've done nothing else to celebrate Halloween, just like putting that on, you'll get your fix, I think.
Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, Muppets Haunted Mansion. It came out like maybe a year or 2 ago, and now it's like on my permanent rotation.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, a question I had for you guys. So when we were starting doing this, we kind of like we're self-casting ourselves, I feel like, in roles of like what we love about horror and our way into horror. And I think we're still kind of like playing into that role. Gina, you said you're kind of like the 80s slasher film approach. Jessica, what you have, I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but like the horror films that really speak to a certain social commentary or a certain social dynamic that is happening in America at the time it was made, or something else in that regard. My take has been supernatural things to where like the characters aren't even sure if the supernatural phenomena is in their head or if it's real or not. Did you guys discover anything more about that? Or do you feel like that has been true in the first 2 you've made, or not true? What I just said.
No, I think mine's true. I think it's also because, like, again, I'm more of a story person than I'm a technical person. So I'm always looking at the script and reading the full script before I'm, like, thinking about the movie, really. And I was like, my biggest thing about Jennifer's Body was, like, no one understood it. And I always knew that. And I was like, and now I get a platform to talk about how no one understood it. And then Candyman, everyone has written about the social economic, like, everything bad about Candyman before. So I wanted to come at a different angle. But then reading more about it, and I don't think enough people know that Candyman is written and directed by a white British man, made it more interesting to me to be like, what the fuck were we thinking? And then when you learn through Bernard Rose's like interviews, he was mainly like, I was a British person that came to America and saw how racist you guys were being towards Chicago. And I was like, this is crazy. Why are you guys acting this way? And then when he went to Chicago by himself, he was like, oh, these are normal people. You guys are inflicting this racism on them in a crazy manner. And he was like, I'm going to use this because this actually shows the scary horribleness of America. And I was like, oh yeah, that's great. And he was like, all of the movie is told in the perspective of a white woman. That's why there's so many bad things in it. And I'm a white man, and that's like who I was actually projecting on. And he was like, it wasn't like, he wasn't trying to be racist. I also feel like I'm standing on a soapbox. But it was, no, I think anything with like, how it goes to America, I always like. My mom is a really big horror fan, and she got me into like Korean and French horror films that are disgusting and horrible. And so it's always about race with me and gender identity and just gay. If it's not those 3 things, I probably don't watch it.
For me, like, I love 80s horror because I think like that was sort of the era that everyone who's come since then has some sort of like weird connection to. It's like, oh, this person worked on this film. In a way, it is a lot like the MCU when you're like, oh, this person was like, got his first job as a PA on this thing at 20 and then this and that. And like the connections between them, you can see still today in movies. You're like, oh, this horror movie that just came out last month was, you know, like influenced by Nightmare on Elm Street. There was someone who like commented on my Friday the 13th video. I mentioned this in the video, but like one of the more recent seasons of American Horror Story is like American Horror Story 1987 or something like that. And it's just basically the plot of Friday the 13th. And someone in the comments was like, oh, I've never seen this movie. I didn't realize it was just the plot of this American Horror Story. And I was like, well, the American Horror Story is the plot of this. And so it's like people are still borrowing things from it today. And like, not to say that, 50s, 60s, and 70s horror wasn't deeply influential, especially like Italian horror and things like that. But 80s horror is really like a lot of those guys are still around. They're still making stuff, or their kids are making stuff, or like the person they gave their first job to is still making stuff. Like New Line Cinema is still making stuff. Kevin Williamson is still making stuff. So I like just like the film history of like, oh, this guy got a job from this guy. He got a loan from this guy. He made a movie with this guy. And now in 2025, that is now, especially like you might say the horror genre is sort of like experiencing a resurgence. It's still like based on all those guys and all those movies from the 80s. So that's sort of like what I really dig about like 80s slasher movies.
Totally. I mean, without the whole New Line through line, you would not have James Gunn's DCU.
Yeah.
Because Peter Safran was so successful through New Line, and it was New Line that was producing Aquaman, which really made him kind of the front runner when they were looking for a successor, and he needed James Gunn.
Yeah, and same with like, I talked about this in my Nightmare on Elm Street video, but like their New Line was the only studio that agreed to do Blade at the time, which was when people were like, oh wait, do people like superhero movies? Because this Blade is doing real well. So like without them, there like a lot of movies wouldn't have happened. And they're also still around, which is kind of crazy. I mean, they're a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, but like watch any like recent horror movie, half the time that says New Line Cinema at the front.
Yeah. I think for me, I don't know if like, because Halloween's not really a supernatural film, but there is something like the way Michael Myers gets mythologized throughout the run, it does get supernatural, because I think the first one I think really what I'm most interested about horror are just these moments or these films that have this arbitrary, unexplained horror. Like the moment in The Shining where Wendy just looks over in the room and there's the blowjob happening. And like, it is kind of a weird distilled reference from something that happens in King's novel, but it's not at all that. And a lot of people are like, what the fuck was Kubrick thinking? And we don't have him around anymore to ask him. So like, there's every great horror film, not every great horror film, but a lot of them do have that. And even to this day, we're debating what it is. And with Michael Myers, it's just kind of like, okay, well, we can listen to the characters, Dr. Loomis say that he's evil, but it's just like, well, then what is evil? And I think that's kind of what I was asking with the Halloween one. It's like, what we understand the objectively murdering someone the way he does is sadism. It is evil, but like what motivates him? And it's more than just like projecting these promiscuous young women on his sister who's supposed to be babysitting him, specifically because the writers of Halloween said it's not just that. And I think it's probably later generations overthinking these things that lead to this kind of discourse. But back when they make the film, they're like, we just wanted something that was kind of scary, But like, there was something deeply coded in the consciousness of the time that made it scary, and the reason why these things broke records and connected with viewers. And I like to kind of historically tap into that through as much research as I can. And ultimately, the answer is just serial killers, I think. But I think like the whole idea of like what is evil is almost like a supernatural question. We're kind of asking questions about like it's almost a metaphysical question of does evil come from some kind of external curse or some kind of like satanic influence, or is it just human nature has this capability if it's denied certain sources of humanity that can be nurtured into them? Or can one be born with evil the way that like Michael Myers is implied to be at certain points? I don't know. I get I start spiraling on that kind of thing. Snowden94 asks, what scary movie had you shook the hardest? For me, it was Final Destination, where the girls get stuck in the tanning beds.
That's my
that's a
favorite
good
Final
one.
Destination.
That
That one's
is a
the
good
best Final Destination. It's the
What is
funniest
that,
one.
3?
Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4. It's the one where the roller coaster.
I think it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
roller coaster.
never mind. I thought it was the
roller
second
coaster.
one.
Yeah.
It's the roller coaster one. It has the boy from this is when I'm aging myself, from Luck of the Irish. The Disney original movie. But that one's my favorite. It is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Good job.
That match cut of the overhead shot of the tanning beds to their coffins.
Yeah,
Like, it's one
yeah.
of the funniest edits
Yeah.
ever.
That's what you get for tanning. It's not healthy.
Yeah. Or eating fast food, because that one guy gets a semi-truck engine into the back of his skull while waiting in line for McDonald's. Right after the tanning bed.
He just wanted his apple pie.
Don't you do it! Y'all gotta
He got one bite. He's like, worth it.
If my last meal was an apple pie from McDonald's, I'd kill myself.
You know, like, you know what? I'm okay with it. I mean, it depends. Is it like lukewarm or is it like fresh out of that heater? You know, like obviously I'm a kid of the 80s and I had an older brother, so I was watching movies that were probably 3 years too old for me even back then. But like 80s kids movies were horror in themselves. Like they were messed up as it is. Like if you go back and you watch like Labyrinth or Dark Crystal or Return to Oz, like they showed us Dark Crystal in school and like one kid had to leave. Like he had to like go out in the hallway and we were all like, pussy. But like it was like scary. And like Disney back then was trying to get into horror with like a movie called, like I mentioned this in our like Meet the Hosts episode, but like they were trying to get into kids horror with a movie called Watcher in the Woods. And it's terrifying. And just like people were not afraid to like terrorize kids back then. And like nowadays they're like, oh, is this too scary? Is that too scary? And it's like, yeah, just show it to them early and traumatize them. They'll use it later in life. It's all good. I wish we traumatized little kids more with movies like Labyrinth.
I think we did in the early 2000s when you have shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog and like Cow and Chicken.
Like Courage. Wait, who brought up dog? Oh, Abby brought up, what was it? Cat Dog?
Oh, I love Cat Dog. Oh, I love Cat Dog.
Like saying like that was scary too.
Cat Dog, I guess, it's scary that they're attached at the waist. But Courage the Cowardly Dog literally had like, return the slab or suffer my curse. If you watch it, you know.
Yeah,
like,
Cartoon Network, you're right. 2000s Cartoon Network was a little bit weird. But now we don't have anything weird. We don't have Nickelodeon. We don't have like weird stuff. Like everything is sanitized.
And you don't really need it though when you have the entire world at the edge of your fingertips, you know? Like, I guess kids are watching people getting decapitated on Reddit.
I know, but you should force them to watch like some 80s horror movies.
Oh no, 100. That would be a better outlet.
Force them to be traumatized by David Bowie instead of school shootings.
They're like, that guy's crotch is always gyrating, and what are those invisible balls in his hands?
Yeah, I think they're going on like TikTok and seeing the creepypasta. Well, that's not always on TikTok, but yeah, creepypasta freaks them out, the Slender Man stuff, and then like the AI.
Yeah. That's true.
They're tougher than us. They read that and then they go stab their best friend. So I guess they are like they're desensitized. I think the first, which I talked about in my video, was 13 Ghosts. I was in third grade when I watched that movie. My mom hates when I tell these stories. My mom was a young mom and she didn't think there was a problem with it.
Listen, I'm in favor of this. Again, traumatize those kids.
I was watching like Hostel and Saw.
Hell yeah.
I remember like, there was one movie you brought up. I remember going to see Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses when I was very young. And like, that was my first Walton Goggins movie. And I remember being like, growing up seeing Walton Goggins and people being like, oh yeah, this guy. And I was like, oh, the guy from House of a Thousand Corpses? And then I remember my first sleepover, I brought over Hotel Rwanda. I didn't know what kind of movies these kids watch. That's how desensitized I was.
Clemons, we do not want Jessica at sleepovers anymore.
She's never allowed to come back. But that's a great movie. Go watch it. Not for Halloween. Go watch it just to learn a little bit and then look into the actual genocide. But yeah, I remember they put out a bunch of DVDs. There was like Mean Girls like the Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, and then it was Hotel Rwanda.
Oh man,
I was young and I didn't understand. I was like, what do we brought movies that we like?
I think my first like seeing the original Pet Cemetery film and just a kid running out of the street.
It's not fair.
No, fair.
I fast forward through that every single time.
That kid is so good. That kid has no idea how scary he was.
And also, I can watch Terrifier. I can watch a lot of places that movies that they kill children. I don't know why Pet Cemetery made me feel insane with not the Children of the Corn, the other one with all the kids that were born at the same time and they were all trying to kill their parents, but one, his mom died giving birth, and so he was really nice. It's not Children of the Corn, it's the other one that's born.
Village of the Damned.
Is it Village of the Damned? Yeah.
I think Village of the Damned.
I was like, do not hurt that little boy. I was like, please do not touch a soul, like a hair on that little boy's head. That's a good movie.
Spidey Sensei 72 asks, is there anything you just won't watch? And they gave examples of Irreversible, I Spit on Your Grave, a Serbian film.
I will say, like, I've talked about this before, but like, if I know an animal is gonna die, like, I have still not watched the first John Wick movie because, like, I know, and I haven't watched Chernobyl for the same reason.
Oh.
You know, there's an app that tells you every movie.
Yes, does the dog die?
Yeah, does the dog
yes,
die?
I do. I check it every now and then. But like when I know it's like a central part of it, like John Wick was like, oh, they killed his dog, and I was like, nope, I'm out. I kill those kids all you want.
What
Just
about if it's a cat?
terrorize those kids? No, I don't like that either.
I hate it when it's a cat.
And
But it's usually
I will
always a
say,
cat.
you know who's the worst about cats?
Guillermo del Toro.
Mike Flanagan.
Oh no, he loves it too.
Oh.
He likes eating them. He loves
Like,
making
I
someone
mean,
eat
truly,
them.
like every time there's a cat in a Mike Flanagan thing, I'm like, oh god,
I literally,
come on.
I
There's a
literally,
whole island of cats on, and
the
that-
dead cats everywhere. I was like,
Oh,
girl, perfect.
And it's like, and in every single one,
Every single one.
It's he does
Every
it to
time
a
a
cat.
cat shows
What's
up in
your
a horror
problem with
movie-
cats, Mike Flanagan?
Every time a cat shows up in a horror movie, I go, it's gonna get eaten or it's gonna get
Oh,
blown
yeah.
up.
I
The only
was-
movie it doesn't happen is when it's Fear. Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
the dog's head gets pushed.
Yeah,
through
I
the-
do. I don't like that either.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I was just watching Haunting of Hill House, and she finds those kittens. And
No, stop, shut up.
Jeez.
Let's just watch Hellboy, where he loves kittens and he takes care of them.
Yeah, I don't like when you do stuff to animals.
I don't like that either. It sucks because like
They do it in so many films.
they do it so it's always cats. It's
I
always
will
cats.
say in Friday the 13th, you know, there's like a couple dogs. I'm like, if anything happens to this dog, but Jason doesn't hurt the dogs.
And
He's got a code. He's got a code.
And the Rob Zombie Halloween, he like stabs a rat and like opens its
Oh, I
guts.
don't like
And I was
that.
like, I hate this shit.
Yeah, you're like, this might be a bad guy.
I said, oh, I'm worried about this child. I don't know if he's gonna be. What is that? I don't. If I hear that there's any sexual assault in a horror movie, I do not watch it. But there's been a lot of times where I didn't know what Last House on the Left was, and I watched it. The worst movie that I always say like never to watch. There's no reason to watch this movie except for to be a bad person, I guess. The Sadness. It's a horrible film that I had no idea what it was really about. I watched it at a festival and I was like, I don't want to be alive. It's a horrible movie with a lot of sexual assault in it and I was not prepared for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was on like Netflix or something for a minute and I was like, oh, take it off.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of the trauma. Like, as I'm now a parent, another shot there of me mentioning my son. It's harder for me to watch violence against kids, but I'll still watch it. Like, I'll still watch House of the Dragon. I'll still watch It, Welcome to Derry. It's harder, but I'll still watch it. What I can't really stomach is like what's kind of a more recent phenomenon. I don't know if it's recent, but you're seeing it more and more. Degradation porn of just like, we have torture porn, which whatever. I get that that's kind of a subgenre of Saw, Hostel, whatever. Degradation porn is kind of like that series Them that Lena Waithe was executive producer of, where it was just like, okay, it was kind of like doing a Jordan Peele Get Out sort of thing. But then it just started to really linger on just like psychologically torturing people who we already feel bad for. And it just like it savored it way too much. So I don't know. There's a lot of that now of just like not even doing what Kubrick did of ultra violence in A Clockwork Orange, which does have a sexual assault in the middle of it.
Scared the shit out of me.
And it is scary, and it is meant to shock. It's almost Brechtian in that regard. Like, I don't know. You could argue whether Kubrick had full control over his edit and his camera and knew what he was doing. Nowadays, I feel like people do know what they're doing. We are kind of in a late stage capitalist, postmodernist era where everyone is aware of everything that's been done and kind of knows what knives they're twisting. And so the second half of that Them season, I'll never watch. I stopped watching it. I had high hopes for it. And I know you can read better, more eloquently phrased think pieces than I'm saying right now. But yeah, shit like that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of French film directors. A lot of French horror film directors are like,
They're
It's
too
making it worse.
Yeah, too informed by Proust. Like, the human condition needs to be.
I'm like, I don't need. This is still a movie. This is still a movie, and it does not need to be.
Yeah. Let's see. Just some other comments that we've been getting from Twitch. Shaolina, what is Jess's go-to snack for your horror marathon? So this is your 31 days of horror films. Do you have a snack that?
You know, it's really fucking funny. I meal prep.
Just
So I'm just eating my dinner.
Cans of tuna. Lots
Shut
of
the
cans
hell
of tuna.
up. No, I'm not just eating. Also, I don't think there's ever been a time in my life where I just ate straight from the can of a tuna. Or the can of anything,
It's
honestly.
pretty good.
Of course you have, Gina. Of course you
It's
have.
quick protein.
To eat out of the can? You can't put it in a bowl?
Yeah, I like to save dishes.
You're like, I'm also doing as much dishes in a week. No, I meal prep, so like because we spend so many hours at work, and then I go home and I don't talk to anybody, and from like 6 to 8 I watch a scary movie and I eat something that's high in protein. That's high in protein, so it's a less fun question, unfortunately. But it's that when you're above 30, you need those times to sit on the couch and watch a movie in silence without your roommate screaming or your cat yelling at you.
And you need a lot of protein to be able to run away from those serial killers that are getting you.
That's true. The one that lives below me. But no, sorry, that was a really poopy answer. I wish it was something fun like
popcorn,
yeah,
with like milk duds in it.
I have a nutritionist and a doctor that tells me I can't have popcorn.
I mean, if you were to do that every day for a month,
for 31
it would hurt
days,
after a bit.
31 days of just straight
You're like,
butter.
please, I haven't pooped in a month.
Oh my God, please someone help me. Someone help me. Someone help me.
Popcorn's still in there.
So with your 31 days, I've been seeing your Instagram stories. One final night of this. What's tonight's movie?
I already watched it because I have an eventful day today. I always watch Hocus Pocus on the 30th day, and I watch Calabar's Revenge for Halloween Town 2 on the 31st day.
Fun.
I always do those two and I've been doing that since I was 7.
Oh.
I love because that's what it plays on Disney, and then on Christmas,
Yeah.
I watch a loop of A Christmas Story because they did that on TV.
24 hours on TV.
24 hours on
Yeah.
TBS. I was never I never did the ABC Christmas things.
Oh, like the Rudolph
31.
Frosty.
Well, I watched them, but I didn't watch it like I was just on TV on Christmas Eve. My family would put that shit on.
Yeah.
And I would go to sleep.
Same.
And I would just watch a Christmas
and
Story.
no matter how many times you watch it, you still laugh at the same lines.
Yeah.
And you still call out the same lines.
Goddamn Bumpases!
Yeah.
That's my
Bumpases! Sons of bitches!
If it was a Christmas channel, I would take Christmas Story and I would take it so quick.
For December, for the witching hour, we should break down all like a horror
like
Christmas
a black.
movies.
What is it? Black Christmas. Black Christmas.
Yeah, Black
Krampus.
Christmas.
I want
Krampus is a
Krampus.
good one.
I want Krampus.
Krampus
A
is
Nightmare
good.
Before
So
Christmas
fun.
is,
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas is all. Yeah, that makes
Is
sense. That's good.
Gremlins technically a Christmas
Yes.
All
movie?
Gremlins are Christmas
Yes.
because it's the entire movie.
It's totally a Christmas movie.
Her dad died in the chimney.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it.
so horror.
It's a Christmas movie. Die Hard.
Die Hard is
that's not scary.
Christmas.
It's not
Yeah.
scary.
I'm trying to think of like if it's snowy. Let Me In is kind of a snowy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Christmas. What was the?
Oh, what was the David Harbour?
I was just gonna say, what was the David Harbour one?
Santa? Was it bad? Not Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
I'll do Bad Grandpa. Not Bad Santa. No, there's a lot of scary Christmas
Yeah,
movies. There's a new one
There's
actually
a new one
coming
out. Yeah. It's a second remake.
Yeah, it is.
Crap, we just talked about it.
I literally saw this trailer before Shelby.
Yeah. No, it's not Black Christmas. It's a second remake of some Christmas horror movie,
Yeah.
and I can't remember. I'm blanking on the name. If you know, put it in the chat.
Nosferatu, I think,
I
would
was
count
gonna- I
because
was
there's a
gonna
lot of
say.
snow in it. It's got the aesthetics of both.
Yeah, and at some point he comes out wearing a fun elf costume, and
And I
he's
go,
like,
"Ooh, Merry Christmas, baby! Ooh, Merry Christmas, baby!"
Meg510 asking if you could make one non-horror movie a horror movie, what would you choose?
"Oh, that's a
Like
good
it
one."
would take horror elements.
This other genre movie should just be a horror at this point.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is a really bad answer because I feel like naturally I always say Ratatouille because I think that movie's genuinely, if you think about it, is the scariest shit in the world.
Yeah.
A man being operated by a rat is disgusting and scary. But for real, it could be. I don't really watch a lot of war movies because why would I? But I think a really scary one was. Oh my god! It was J.J. Abrams. Look this up for me. J.J. Abrams. It was
Felicity.
No,
Super 8.
No, Super 8. No, it had Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Oh my god. Wyatt Russell. Wyatt Russell was in it. It's Nazi Germany. These people, they're we're coming in.
Star Trek. I'm just gonna keep naming J.J.
That
Abrams
movie
things.
is so scary and crazy. The zombies basically got a hold of like a chemical to make zombies. And so
Overlord.
Overlord.
I saw it in theaters in Dolby. Worst mistake of my life. I will also say I was high at the time.
It's already kind of scary though, you're saying.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Well, it's already a little scary. Oh no, what I'm saying is that's scary. I would love other war movies to do
Oh,
that.
I see.
Capture the real scare of actually being at war for me, I guess.
I'm gonna say Breakfast Club because I think kids trapped in a building in a library with like a sort of someone menacing them, like that is a very easy switch to
easy,
horror. Like
easy.
you just make the principal like undead or something, and like he keeps coming in and they're trying to flee from him in the hallways, and
It's giving the X-Men movie that no one saw.
oh yeah,
I like it. I like it.
It's great. We covered it on the
Like New
channel.
Mutants.
New Mutants, I liked it. I was
New
like, I
Mutants
loved it.
is great.
Yeah,
It's also very like it borrows heavily from Nightmare on Elm Street.
that makes sense. Yeah, because she's a fear monger in
Yeah.
my dream.
Let's see. Maybe James Cameron's Avatar.
Oh,
Or how about Titanic? Titanic is a horror movie.
yeah.
There's a slasher
Yeah.
on the Titanic who's killing everybody.
Honestly, well, put me in the Titanic. Scare the shit out of me. Because also, I always get those damn TikToks that are like, you know, the Titanic was actually pitch black night and the water was actually below this degree.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so I hear music from a live band
yeah.
as I'm sliding into nothing but darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find out the iceberg was just shoved by Cthulhu? Into the-
I'm like, what is that? I hear it.
Yeah. You're like, did something just touch me in the water?
That's me naturally at any lake. I'm like,
We're running short on time here. The other wonderful comments left by our followers here. The Dragon Trainer 300 asking for the Witching Hour. Break down the Goosebumps movies. Goosebumps 1, Goosebumps 2,
yeah.
on in Halloween.
Yeah, I love the Goosebumps.
EJ on YouTube saying, I'm wearing my Nerd Riot villain shirt today
Yeah.
since I got work from home. So
It's a good
thanks for
shirt.
being my costume this year. Sarah Hachadorian. Hey, Sarah. I remember being genuinely a little freaked out by the editing alone on Eric's long legs video.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were just like, Eric, don't ever do that again.
don't scare me like that.
or you don't have to wear a straight jacket. So I've retired the straight jacket.
I've retired the straight jacket.
The Dragon Trainer, again, 300. Do you guys only break down Halloween movies and scary horror films on October? No, we're going to keep going. We're going to try to do this every
Yeah.
week that we can.
As long as they still keep getting views.
Yeah. I think January.
We'll keep doing them. Witching Hour will still be around.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Christian Unpronounceable. Robert Englund just got his star today.
Yes!
He did.
Yes, I was like debating being a real weirdo and going down there
I've
and like
never
watching.
done it yet, but I feel like we should. I think you can for people that you're really
Yeah,
excited
they
for.
let people go and just stand around and watch and clap for them and take pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one to go for.
Short Stack AM saying, shout out to the editors. The video intros are incredible.
Yeah, they
all the
really
intros
are.
to those are really, really
And we
cool.
only see them like once they're like edited, like most of the way. And I'm always like, wow, this video is so
I
good.
go,
Wow, it's such a music.
One last question from Sarah Chidorian again. Since Eric brought up creepypastas earlier, do you guys have a favorite creepypasta or our hashtag no sleep story?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm old and I don't know what creepypasta is.
What are the list of like creepypasta, Brian, other than like Slender Man? Also, there's a difference between
Are they, like,
creepypasta and the other one. Yeah,
They're kind of like
but they were
online
all
urban legends
online.
that are written as short
Oh,
stories. and
okay,
then
okay.
They kind of take a life of their own after a while, where there's like a meta element as well to them.
Because there's
Yeah,
that
back in my day, we called them cryptids.
cryptid. Well, that's an actual thing. Or well, depends on who you are.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm an actual.
I mean, I love all the classics. Like, I love a Mothman.
I love Mothman.
Like, Mothman is scary as hell. That movie is scary as hell, too. Like, I love a Jersey Devil. I do love a Slender Man, too, because, like, for a while, I was like, remember being like, wait, is this a real thing?
yeah, it's Slender Man and that Momo, which I don't like.
Skibidi?
There's Skibbity Toilets in here. I think 6'7's one of them.
6'7's not a creepypasta.
Also,
right?
6'7 shouldn't be in
It
the
might
Webster
become
Dictionary because it's two numbers.
Yeah,
There's that
for
one.
pasta.
Isn't there that one about the guy that was like, I lived an entire life and I noticed, that lamp's not the right lamp. And then he woke up and his life was gone.
Yeah. That was a good one where he was, or like, our Glitch in the Matrix has stories like that as well, where people like kind of wake up from simulation theory.
Back in my day, there was just a book of scary stories to tell in the dark, and that was what we
Yeah.
used to scare ourselves.
My brother would read those to me. We never lived in a house. We always lived in an apartment complex, but there was grass behind our personal part of the complex. My mom got us a tent one year because she was like, my kids want to go camping, but I don't know how to camp.
Hell yeah.
And we went out there and in the dark in our tent, my brother was reading them all to me. Scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
we got so scared. I was like, I want to go back inside. I want to go back inside.
Yeah, that's like a rite of
It was-
childhood.
it
to, like,
was- it
freak
was
yourself
good.
out in the backyard doing something.
I liked the movie. I liked the movie that came
Scary
out later.
Stories to Tell in the
Yeah,
Dark.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I
They
thought
were
it was
too
really
afraid
fun.
to make them too scary, though.
Yeah, they absolutely.
That's the thing.
100%.
Again,
100%.
you don't
Had
be
the
more
one
open to
woman,
traumatize.
the green woman, but
The
that's-
toe is so scary, and it
toe's
could
the
have
one.
been the most terrifying piece of that
Harold
movie.
is the creepiest one for me. The Scarecrow.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
These are good.
There was one called She Was Spitting and Yowling Just Like a Cat, where
Yeah.
a guy like realizes his wife is like a shape-changing like wild cat at night, and the neighbor shoots her, and then he like finds his wife shot, and he was like, she was spitting and yowling just like a cat. And
Yeah.
it's the accompanying image was terrifying.
We have the children things of this, and then we have our parents who forced us to watch Tales from the Crypt.
Yes, I loved Tales from the Crypt. My brother and I still will be like, remember that Tales from the Crypt? It was Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone. There was a Tales from the Dark Side, and there was Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories, and all of those were like creepy things my brother and I watched when we were little.
I could not. I think it's because my attention span now. I could never get into Twilight Zone until it got redone recently. But Tales from the Crypt, easy.
Yeah.
Because of my short attention span, easy. And then From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Such a good movie. From Dusk Till Dawn. Please go watch it, you guys.
it's great.
So you should definitely subscribe to The Witching Hour if you haven't already. The next video coming out will be my analysis of John Carpenter's Halloween. I don't remember it. I don't remember recording it. I've been sleep deprived. A lot of videos I made for New Rockstars, I have no memory of what I said in it. And it's really weird to go back and watch a video you made where you're very confident in your research and remembering none of it. My brain is broken in that way.
Erik turned into the Mothman and recorded it.
I totally did. Someone shot me with a gun and I woke up the next morning.
You said, oh God, and you have no wife, no kid. You're just a random person.
What's next on The Witching Hour? Gina, what's your next video going to be?
My next video is going to be a little flick called Freddy vs. Jason.
Woo!
It's perfect. It's perfection. I
So you
just
did the
rewatched
first
it.
Freddy, the first Jason,
And,
now you're doing
now
Freddy.
I'm doing Freddy vs.
I love it.
Jason.
You
It took
cannot-
a long time to get to make it.
You cannot dress up as Kelly Rowland. But I want you to dress up as something. If you need me to cameo as Kelly Rowland into it.
Yeah.
But I will not say the
You
slur.
just- you-
I will not say the slur. I'm not saying the slur. I'm not
You
doing
just
that.
stand in the background, like making scared faces the whole time, like.
Just keep replaying the clip where he goes, dark meat.
It's really great. Go
It's
watch it before
such a
that
good
video
movie.
comes out.
Such a good movie. I'm doing all three of the Terrifiers.
I took my way too young niece and nephew to see that film. We still talk about it. They loved it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay.
We still talk about, like, remember when they cut that woman from vagina to head? And I'm
did,
like, yeah,
but-
best aunt ever.
Pepperidge Farm remembers it. I remember. And when you rewatch it, I remember the first time watching it being like, yeah, funny. Then rewatching it, I went, her butt cheeks got split. Like, I was like, I don't know. And then I saw a lot of poop. Rewatching all three of them in a row, maybe that's what.
Oh, I gotta rewatch it now. I don't remember the poop.
There's so much poop. There's so much poop.
At some point, I'll do Poltergeist, but I don't know when I'll get to it. I need to focus on finishing the Nolan Memento video.
That could be on the Witching Hour.
It could be.
That's true.
We should do a collab between all the
Psychological
channels.
horror.
That was so crazy. All the channels. just oh
This
God.
presented by 6 different channels. Well, thank you all so much. Happy Halloween. Comment down below with what you want to see next from The Witching Hour. Maybe we'll listen. Maybe we'll just ignore it. But we're curious to hear your thoughts. Big thanks to Brian Kim for producing and editing this episode. And we love all you guys. Stay safe out there, but have some fun. And we'll see you in November.
Don't say safe. Psychologically torture your kids.